Welcome out to Ballaugh, and it's lovely to come back into this church. I have to say, it's such a delight. And with me is June and Michael Starkey. June, I want to come to you first. You've dragged me around here, and not dragged literally, but following the star. You give me the whole tour, and it's obviously something very special you've done this year. Tell us about it.
Well, I went to a friend's wedding in Whitney, and they were going for a dress rehearsal for the wedding, but I didn't want to go. So I went on walkabout and discovered this little church. And it was the St Mary's de Virgin.
Yeah.
And I was just taken by it. There was something about it. And as I walked round, they had started doing their Christmas events. In fact, the children from the local school came in for their rehearsal while I was there. And there's this miniature, shall I say? And I thought, wow, I'm sure I can do something. Use their idea.
Yeah, and you really have it. As I say, follow the star. You've
follow the star, yes.
And can we come to Michael, because it's great to see you again, Michael.
Yeah.
You've contributed to this.
June asked me about 4 or 5 months ago, and here we are in December now. Could you knock something up? Just do a couple of scenes. And
always so busy you are.
Yeah, and anyway, time was going on, and I thought, I better make a start. And I'd only completed them a day before they were due to come in. So what I did was I got 2 8-foot sheets of plywood, and I painted one of the scenes that is just nearby as well. It's off Ballaugh Village. And I just put some undercoat on. I just worked with scenery paint, and here we are as a view there. You can probably focus in on it in a minute. Off the main road at Ballaugh. So I came out and I did some different studies and a few sketches, and then took them back to the studio, and then drew them out with paint on these big 8-foot sheets of plywood. And here we have the finishing result just there.
It's a Michael Starkey, I can tell straight away. Absolutely beautiful. And there's one right at the entrance.
Yeah, the other one, I mean, June did give me some sort of hard work to do, and one of the ones she said to do was, could I paint 3 wise men? And they had to be coming into the church as well. So I did some research with her, and a friend of mine produced some images, which I had to do because I couldn't find any camels on the Isle of Man. And I know there are quite a few wise men on the island, but I decided. But joking apart, one of the things that struck me when I read the story, The 3 Wise Men, it's an extraordinary story, and I had to get something to do the painting. And you need something like to sort of to get you started. And one of the things I read in the story was the wondrous light. And it's not a word that you hear very often now, the word wondrous. And so I was inspired to put this light, that they travelled with this extraordinary light and towards the star. And it is an extraordinary story about the 3 wise men. So that inspired me, and listened to John Rutter's music. So it was a dig for one of the greatest modern day composers and arrangers.
Okay. I don't know how you fit everything in. We've got other stories to do with you in the next few weeks, I think, on other things. But as always, beautiful to see your work, Michael. Beautiful. And back to you, June. This story you've got around here, you've got lots of people that have contributed. The men in Sheds and Ramsey have given you the mannequins, haven't they? And all sorts of people.
Yes, I asked the children in the village if they had any animals, and people donated things to me. It's been really good because the Guides and Brownies did the one with the shepherds on, and then I went to Ramsey Methodist Church was selling their odds and ends like Christmas trees and things when they were closing down the church, so I happened to be there. So that's where I got the backdrop for the Christmas trees and a Christmas tree and things. So.
Well, it's always nice to see a church come alive with these sort of things. How long is it on for? When can people come round?
It's open every day.
Yes, from 9
till 5.